today. So, I was kind of thinking, so we could do a combination of chair and mat. But do you have a chair available that you could do that?
Yes.
What do you think of that idea? Because I think it'd be kind of cool. We've done a lot of mat work and we've done chair work. And I think it would be kind of neat to just integrate both and to start with, doing some nice stretches in the chair and then be able to move into more of a like little flow on the mat.
Okay.
I just thought of that like 5 minutes before class. That's how I tend to get inspired. I'm always like, what am I teaching? What am I teaching? And then I get the download. And I just thought, and for other people who want to watch these videos, it might be nice for them to see a combination of the two. So if you have a chair, I thought we'll start in the chair.
Okay.
And do some good stretches there, and then we'll move to the floor. Because that's how I roll, Erin. That's how I roll.
Spontaneity.
Yeah, that's how it all like comes together. When I started teaching long ago, I used to have like a sheet and I would bring to class. And I would have all the poses picked out and the sequence. And what I found that when I did that, I was so stiff in my teaching, because I was like, oh, wait, I got to look. What were we going to do next? Instead of just going with like what flow was coming up, like trusting myself that I had,
Sure.
So now like I have a kind of an idea, but I find like it just works so much better because your body, you listen to what your body needs, or like you tap in, right? And that's what yoga is about. It's really about like tapping in, and you learn the poses or the asanas along the way, and then you begin to like, if you want to do your own practice, you're just like, oh, this is what I need, and you have those poses and postures to pick from because you know them now, and you'll be like, you might wake up and go, wow, my back really feels sore today. And you'll know, I got to do child's pose. I've got to do down dog and these, and I want to stretch this way and this way. And you start to trust your own intuition and ability to make a practice, which is really cool. Even though it's fun to have somebody else do it with you or for you, you'll want to start at some point going, today I just feel like doing this. I just need to do these 5 poses today. They're really calling out to me. So the power of yoga. So you want to hear the card for the day?
Yes.
This is the pretty picture of it.
Oh, that is pretty.
Yeah, these cards are really beautiful, just really beautiful paintings. They're just, again, like blessing cards.
Oh, wow. Those are so pretty.
Yeah, like really pretty. Just, I don't mess with anything other than like affirmation or wisdom cards.
Those are inspiring. Like I want to get out my paints and do some
art.
I
know. I know when I see that, I'm like, I'm not a painter, but it makes me want to definitely go, oh, I could probably make a tree. So this is the one for today. Your feelings are surfacing in order to be healed. Have faith and know that you are safe. Trust the current waves of emotion. Trust. The current waves of emotion shall become a sea of tranquility, full of love and blessings. I know, that hits something. Yeah. I mean, you're welcome to share or not because, it's being recorded, but it definitely hits something for me too. The trusting in the process, sometimes it's really hard, right? It's really hard to feel that safety and knowing that this is like the plan when you're in the mud and you're not feeling it. I'm speaking only for myself at this.
Well, that makes sense for me. My daughter and my 3 grandchildren moved to Ireland back in 2015, and my youngest daughter died in 2012. So I really these days I'm missing my family so badly that it's almost immobilizing. You know, like I don't want to do anything. I
Yeah,
just long for them. That's all I do is miss my babies, you know? So that's
yeah,
you
yeah,
know, it could be worse. And I know that, you know, people go through worse things. And I mean, I can find gratitude in the fact that I had that life, you know, that I got to be a mother of 2 daughters and a grandmother to 3 grandchildren. But it doesn't take away from me missing them terribly.
yeah, yeah, of course. Like, yeah, and it seems now more than ever, with everything going on, to have that family, the love, the joy from your family to help you,
Yeah.
to help lift you up and to um, be able to share your purpose of why you're here, which is to be a mom and a grandparent.
Yeah. Now it's like,
You need to go to Ireland.
what?
You need to go to Ireland.
I would love to. I wish I could. I wish I
Oh,
could.
yeah. Oh,
I miss them so much. It's so hard.
yeah, I long for having a relative who lives in another country, but I don't seem to have one. But I keep looking because I'll be like, I'm right over. I must have some lost aunt somewhere who lives like in south of France, that I have to visit. All right, shall we begin?
Let's.
Let's hold our heart for a moment, okay? Because that was kind of a vulnerable, emotional moment. So just soften your eyes and allow your feet to be grounded into the earth. And know that, we are here to have these human experiences for sure, but that doesn't always mean that they're easy. These human experiences are not easy. And how do we give ourselves the grace that we need during those harder moments? So as you're breathing into your heart, I want you to feel as if the heart is breathing into your hands. As if like you feel that heart expansion reaching your palms and knowing that the hands are supporting it and you. Giving yourself the grace and space that you need to feel what you feel. Look at my cat. Well, good. That was a good segue into beginning to stretch. I was just in the moment and I had my eyes closed and I was like, okay, you're going to do yoga. Okay, are you ready? Let's try this. Let's see if I can stretch with a cat on my lap. This would be a first. Okay, so now I'm going to scoot a little bit more towards the edge of my seat. My feet are nice and flat, hip width apart. So getting that nice long spine. Bring the arms up overhead. Can you see me okay?
Yes, I need to move because I'm
See and hear me okay?
Yes.
Go ahead and we're going to lift our arms up, but while we lift our arms up, drop the shoulders back and create a little bit of an arch like in the back so that the heart lifts up. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like, and then while we're here, just drop those arms to the side. So now you're really in the full expression. If that's too much on your neck, you can bring your neck back to like a neutral space. Good. And then inhale, bring the arms up again, just up to the sky. And this time I want you to bring your shoulders up as high as you can and almost like you're walking up a ladder. I want you to just kind of reach one arm, another arm, and just kind of keep moving up that ladder. The ladder of life, right? You got to keep going up. Even on those days where we're like, I don't want to, just be like, okay, I'm going to go up a couple of steps today. Good. And then go ahead and bring your arms down by the side. One more time. Take a nice, big, deep breath in the chest. Exhale out through the mouth. Inhale. This time, bring your arms out even wider. And then this time, exhale and give yourself a hug. So you're just going to cross your arms and allow the spine to round. And come down and allow those the elbows to touch your lap. Good. Inhale, come back up. A big extension in the arms, open wide. And then cross the other side of your arms. Like the opposite. Exhale and come on down. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, open wide. So you're feeling like the courage to move forward in your day. And then you're wrapping yourself in the self-love by giving yourself a hug. You okay? Then anytime you need to just take a break, you do that. I'll just keep going. You know, if you need to step out. And one last one, give yourself a big hug. Know how amazing you are. Fold forward. Release your hands and just allow the arms to drop by the side and let your head hang. Bring your hands to your knees and slowly come back up. I know some days are harder than others, for sure. So you take care of yourself in this class, okay? And step out if you need to just do what you need to do.
Now, if you don't mind my blubbering, I'm going to stay right here.
Yoga does that. Yoga will bring stuff out on the mat. I've had people in class just kind of start, you know, crying and releasing, and that's part of it. Just, you know. So what I'd like to do next is have the right foot planted down and take that left knee, bring the ankle across that knee, and feel that activating this side of your leg, the outside. And then begin to fold just slightly forward with the belly first.
Oh, wow.
Feel that stretch. Yeah.
Yeah, just like 2 inches pushing my belly out, and that's it. That's all I can.
There's a significant difference of just leaning forward to leading with your belly. Do you feel that huge shift? It's amazing,
Yes.
right? So just relax into that. Make sure your head is okay and neutral. Make sure your face is neutral. You're not gripping or grinding, clenching. Good. Slowly come back up. Release that leg. Now we're going to bring the right hand over to the left knee. So I will be the opposite of you. So just listen to my cues. Take your right hand over left knee, and you're just going to bring your left arm around the back of the chair for a gentle little twist.
I'm just mirroring you, actually.
That's fine. Good. So inhale, release it just slightly. So just take it back a notch, like into neutral. Inhale, lift the spine. And as you exhale, then go ahead and twist it again. Use your exhale to twist. and then release. Ah. Yeah, just kind of like swerve and sway. Move the head a little side to side. It's kind of nice, gentle, organic movement. Whew. I was trying to sneeze. So I had my head up. And then let's go to the other side. I didn't come out. All right. So we got the right leg over the left. Now this is my wonky knee. So, you know, if you have a wonky knee or a wonky part of your body, you're just more mindful of that and you ease into things. You don't try to push yourself. Remember that word ahimsa, which is non-violence we talked about, like non-violence in your own body, like not pushing it, not injuring yourself. So take a moment here. Now go ahead again. We're going to inhale and then lead with the belly, just to wherever you can really feel your edge. Hold it here for a few moments. Good. Slowly release. And put your foot back down on the earth. This time we're going to take the left hand over to the right side of the knee. And take that right hand and just place it behind on the chair somewhere. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and then exhale and begin to twist. Just gently, mindfully. Inhale here. And exhale. See if you can deepen it a little bit more. Good. And then slowly come back. Woo. And then again, a nice little sway. Bring that, come back to neutral, and bring that left ear to the left shoulder. Bring the right arm down by your side. So you can see what my hand is doing. You're going to kind of have it out a little bit at an angle. And that intensifies that stretch because you've got the weight of your arm. You feel the difference? Make sure that the chin goes slightly into the spine a little bit so you're not putting too much pressure on your neck. And then release, chin to chest, and other side. Other side, opposite. Left hand down, head towards the right. You may notice that one side feels a little tighter. And then release. That made me think of a stretch that I want to do. I want to take a wall. I'm just trying to find a wall that is close enough by. So we're going to stand up. So stand up and we're going to find a wall. I'm going to see if I can bring you over to that wall. This is a really, really nice, I have my massage table there. That might get in the way. Actually, let me see. Can you see me okay?
Yep.
Okay. You know, I tell you, I'm spontaneous. Right now, I'm like, oh, wait, I got to find a wall. Hold on. All right. Let me just move my table. Okay. So this is a really great stretch for, you see me?
Yep.
For the shoulder. and using the wall as a prop. So what we're going to do is I'll show you and then we can start it. We're going to take our hand and we're just going to place, I'm going to start with my right hand. We're going to place it like shoulder level, right? And then all we're going to do is walk in the opposite direction. You can put a little bend in your elbow. And then what you're doing is you're walking away. And now that's creating this opening. So I'll watch you in your shoulder. Yeah. Good. And then you just kind of go until it feels like you're getting a good stretch. And if you need to go any further, or how's that? Does that feel good?
Yeah.
It's a nice way to stretch the shoulder.
And I'm feeling that stretch all the way even down here.
Oh, good. All right. Excellent. So take a moment and just really open that up. So we're doing some good shoulder opening today. Good. And then go ahead and release. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So take the opposite arm. And I'm just going to watch you. It's probably easier. And then go ahead and walk away from that wall. Making sure that shoulder stays dropped down a good amount. Good. Little bend in the elbow helps. Nice stretch. One more breath. Good. How's that?
It's working.
Okay. Nice. So that's a really good way if you're just like, well, I want to stretch that shoulder, but just like doing this or this, it's just really, it feels really good. And with you using that wall, there's just something about it. It like makes a deeper stretch because you're able to press your hand even into the wall a little bit as a support as you turn. So
yeah, it seems to support the posture as well.
Yeah, it does, right? Good. All right, now I'm gonna come on back. All right, but before you sit down, let's go ahead and stand up. Now we're up. We might as well just go with the standing postures. Okay, so what kind of chair do you have? Just to make sure.
It's a folding chair.
Okay. If that is stable enough, or if you need to use it to prop against the wall for extra support, you can. But what I'd like to do, let's stretch our hamstrings standing up. And like I said, if you need the wall to give the chair like back up on that, that's fine. So we're going to take our left leg first. And actually, yeah, you might even need to like bring your leg out a little bit towards the edge, so you could use your hands. Do you know see what I'm doing here? I'm like using my hands as a way. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And if that's too much, you can just put your hands on your hips and then move down that way. Either is fine. I'm going to go so I can use the hands on the chair. So this is not only a stretch for the hamstrings, but it's kind of a balancing, isn't it?
Yes. I thought I couldn't do it at first, but I see I can.
You got it. You got it. Good. Take a moment there. And then go ahead and release. And let's do the other side. So because I have my hands on the chair, I just have to kind of switch legs. Woo! But I can tell one leg is definitely tighter and it's not as easy. So again, making sure you're balanced This is the Mamma Mia stretch.
Yes, it is.
Good. Go ahead and release that. And now we're going to bring our hands onto the chair, walk our feet back, and then it becomes that kind of modified downward dog. Remember?
Okay.
So that's when you have your feet hip width apart. And then you can take your, yeah, great, and just press back. You can put a little bend in your knees if you're still warming up your back. Then go ahead and come forward as if we're going into a plank. So now you're kind of bearing some weight on your hands. Feel that? A little plank. Good. Go ahead, come back and work into the chair pose. Bend your knees if you want. Really elongate that spine. And let's do a few more of those. So let's go back into almost like that plank position. So that's a good way to strengthen your arms without, doing it on the floor. Go ahead and go back. Last one. See now if you can allow the heels to press into the earth, and that takes some of the pressure off of your arms. Good. Slowly come on back. Stand up for a moment and shake. How was that?
That was stretchy.
That was new. I haven't done the plank out that way. So, that was cool. Always trying new things. I could never be one of those teachers that taught the same class over and over. Okay. So now, let's go ahead and again, let's bring our hand in the middle of the chair. And we're going to take the left hand, put it in the middle of the chair, and we're going to take the right hand, and we're just going to kind of do a nice little twist.
What are my legs doing?
So the legs are a little bit more than hip width apart. So, and if you need them wider to make the twist easier, you gauge that, okay? So I've got mine more than hip width apart so that I can really get into that nice twist. So if that feels uncomfortable, come back to center and then bring your legs out a little bit more and let's try it again. Okay, let's try that one more time. So bring that right arm up. Ugh. Good. And then release. Now bring the right arm on top of the chair and then just like draw your hips away from you. Doesn't that feel nice? It's kind of like a traction and also a little more stability with your base. Good. All right. Let's do the other side, shall we? So bring the right hand in the middle. If you need to make your base feet wider, do that. And then nice twist. That feels really good.
You say.
And then go ahead and bring that left hand over the top of the chair and draw the hips back. Good. And release. Bring your feet together. Oh, the things you can do. It's endless, right?
That even stretches the chest muscles.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I like that one. All right, now let's stand tall for a moment. So I want you to just plant the feet, hip width apart, and I want you to have your palms face up for a moment, without like too much effort. And just be in this moment. Using your ears now, I want you to try like with supersonic hearing. What can you hear outside of your room? What's outside? Can you hear birds? Can you hear cars, trains? What? So with that supersonic hearing, what can you hear? Now bring the parameter closer now and see what you hear inside your own room right now in your space. Maybe it's the air conditioner, a clock, sounds from the inside. With that supersonic hearing, what can you hear? Just being in the moment. You can relax your arms a little more, just allowing them to be more down by your side. And now, taking that perimeter even closer into your heart. Can you hear your heartbeat? And if so, what pattern can you hear? Does it sound smooth, rhythmic, strong? Good. And then just open your eyes when you're ready. Sometimes that's just a nice exercise to do when you just need a moment to concentrate on something other than what's here in your mind, like tuning into another form of a sense that we have, right? We see, we hear, we taste, we smell. So sometimes just kind of heightening that other sense is a nice way to get out of that thinking mind. So I like that. It's grounding too, isn't it?
Yes.
It's kind of grounding. It was kind of like, okay. So now bring your feet a little bit further apart. And we're just going to do like a figure 8 or an infinity sign. We're going to come down onto the ground. So bend your knees. And just like you're playing in the sand, just creating this figure 8 with your hands. It doesn't matter what it looks like, how big, how small. Just feeling the fingertips on the mat or on the rug. Letting your head hang. Good. Now you're going to take that symbol and you're going to kind of lift it off the ground. And then you're going to start bringing it up. So the whole body is kind of moving. Joints are moving. Hips are moving. Breathing in and out. And bringing up as high as you can. Up into the sky. And then just press it up with the palms facing up to the sky. And then bringing your hands down. We're going to do that one more time. So just now we're going to go a little bit quicker. Just kind of moving, bringing it off the ground. Feeling those knees bending, elbows bending, lifting it all the way up. Pressing it up towards the sky. And bringing your hands to your heart center. Good. And now we're going to work our way down to the ground and come in onto the floor. See how we're doing for time. Yeah, just coming down onto the floor.
Yay!
Floor time. I know everybody looks forward to floor time, right? All right, yeah. Doesn't have to look pretty as how you get down there. Just get down there. Bring your hands out in T position first and just drop your knees to the right. We're just gonna like tap the knee onto the ground. Then we're gonna come back to center and tap the knees on the other side. Just go back and forth a few minutes. This feels really good on the back, on the kidneys, on the glutes. Oh. Any sides that have to be out, let them out. You might feel like, wow, that's pretty tight over there on that glute on your butt. I call them your biscuits. So just really massaging those biscuits. Oh, nice. And then bring the right foot down flat, like bring that right foot all the way straight and just bring that left knee up towards your chest. Just for a final stretch. Switch sides, right knee up towards the chest. Put both legs down on the ground and then reach the hands over the head and just allow like the stretch to take you in opposite direction. So the fingers are reaching towards one wall and the feet are reaching towards the other wall. And then let them rest. And now I want you to walk so you're going to kind of bring your arms to the right. So it's kind of creating a side stretch. Legs stay exactly where they are, but you're kind of creating like a half C with the upper body. Come back to center and then the other side. Oh, that feels good. Come back to center. And then bring the arms down. Any last little bit of stretch that you need to do? So you're going to stay down or you're going to stay up. It's up to you. Do you want
I was just copying you.
If you want to stay down, I'm going to let you go into Shavasana where you can relax. Or some people like to sit up and kind of like meditate. So it's up to you. I'm just going to be up so you can hear me better. If there's any last little movement, go ahead and just allow your body. Good. And then when you're ready, just find that comfortable position to rest in. And take a moment and just be thankful for yourself, for knowing how you felt this morning, your ability to just say, I think I might not do it, but then you said, no, I need to do this for myself. And so, that takes a lot of effort and discipline. So thank yourself for making that happen. And just take these last few moments to let it all soak in. Ah. How do you feel?
Better.
Good.
Thank you so much.
I feel better too.
Good. Glad.
You know, it's hard to get on the mat, but it's always like when you do, even if it's just 10 or 15 minutes, there's just something about shifting things that really is just like, okay, I can handle today, right? I can handle the challenges a little bit better. I can handle my worries a little bit better. And I think that's what yoga is about. You know, it's like kind of creating that foundation just to set the day so that, you know, the highs and the lows, or the lows aren't as low. And, you know, which is what we need right now because the world has got a lot of chaos and we have to try to be in it. So I thank you for showing up and for
Thank you.
committing to your practice and to your self-care. That's really most important, right?
Thank you for being here and for sharing your knowledge.
Yeah, I hope to see, well, there'll be a sub next week, but I'll be back the following week. So I'll see you then.
All right.
Okay? Take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks again.
You're welcome.